It now becomes the duty of the court to impose sentence in this case, and that is to see that this defendant never again has the opportunity to walk the streets of our community as a free man.
Hello, my name is Paco Rivera, and this is the Maximum Sentence channel, where we discuss recent crimes and convictions and a maximum penalty handed down. You can also follow me on Facebook for updates and more. There will be a link to my Facebook in the description below. Beginning sometime around January of the year 2021 in Ocala, Florida, Susan Lorincz had made multiple calls over the years to 911 to complain about the neighbor's children trespassing out in front of her home. According to reports, those calls continued until June of last year, 2023, when the 58-year-old Lorincz was arrested for murdering the children's mother. Now, apparently there appears to be a fairly large field out in front of Susan Lorintz's home, and it's not clear in the reports if Lorincz had considered it as part of her property, but apparently it might not be. There are reports of how Lorincz, prior to making all those 911 calls over the years, went outside first to confront the children, admonished them for being on the property, yelled at them, and at least on one occasion had given them the finger. This all came to a head on June 2nd of the year 2023. The children were playing outside in front of her home in the field, and she not only yelled at them to leave, it was reported that she grabbed a roller skate from the ground and threw it at them, striking one of the children in the foot, and that she also yelled out racial slurs and other derogatory terms at them. The children went back to their home next door and told their mother, Ajike Owens, what had happened. Ajike, who was 35 years old and affectionately known as AJ by all her family and friends, had apparently decided to walk over to the home of Susan Lorincz next door to confront her and settle the matter. She was accompanied by one of her children, her 10-year-old son. AJ knocked on the front door of Susan Lorintz's home. That much we know. Anything else that transpired during those moments is not really clear. Lorincz then retrieved her .380 caliber handgun. She went into the kitchen area and fired a single shot directly at the locked front door of her home, striking Ajike Owens, standing on the other side of the door, in her upper chest. A neighbor from across the street heard the commotion and rushed over to administer CPR to AJ, as medics and police were also called. AJ was transported to a hospital and pronounced dead a short time later. This is a case that greatly angered family and friends of the victim, and a lot of other people around the country for that matter, because of the way that it was handled. First, the family was outraged at how long it was taking for an arrest to be made. Susan Lorincz was arrested 4 days later, on June 6th, because authorities had been debating for several days if this case stood any ground with Florida's Stand Your Ground law, and they ultimately decided that it does not.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Turn around! Turn around! Where's your gun at? You got hands? You got hands? You're going to be detained. Is there anybody else in the house?
There's somebody else in the house. Can I just get my water?
No, not right now.
For those of you in other regions not familiar with the law, in Florida, the Stand Your Ground law allows a person to use deadly force in self-defense if they reasonably believe it is necessary to prevent their death, serious bodily harm, or forcible entry. Ultimately, Florida decided that none of those had occurred. There was no forcible entry because AJ had not gotten inside the home of Susan Lorincz. The family then became outraged once again when they found out that the district attorney was charging Lorincz with manslaughter, which carries a lighter sentence instead of second-degree murder. Apparently, the state believed it was going to be very difficult to prove to a jury that Lorincz shot with the intent to kill Ajike Owens, which could result in a jury finding her not guilty of that charge. And if that wasn't bad enough, the judge granted Lorincz a bond that was set at $154,000. According to a statement from the court, the judge granted Lorincz bond because she is legally entitled to it. The charges she faces are not felonies. She is charged with manslaughter, not murder. As I said, that statement is from the court in this case. Still, the family believed that the bond amount was way too low. I was unable to confirm in the reports, however, if Lorincz was actually able to make bond, allowing her to remain free while awaiting trial. The defense for Susan Lorincz told the jury that Ajike Owens was in a rage after hearing what happened with her children, that she was pounding on the door and yelling loudly for Lorincz to come outside, and yelling that she is going to kill her, though there is no proof that any of that actually occurred.
Is that she shot through that door for self-defense, that she was terrified that Ajike Owens was going to break down that door and pulverize her.
Lorincz had said during interrogation that she had feared for her life, but authorities weren't buying it. She was inside her locked home.
It was banging, it was yelling. I thought she was just going to break down the door.
Okay.
So, I mean, my heart was pounding, and I was like, she's really going to kill me. I just still feel she was coming at me. I'm sorry, it's what I feel.
Okay.
I just, it's been playing in my head over and over again, and I just kept thinking of that and how terrified I was.
Was your goal to shoot and kill her?
No.
What was your goal?
To shoot, and hopefully, she'd hear the shot and dissipate.
After a week-long trial, Susan Lorincz was found guilty of manslaughter this past August, and in November, a judge sentenced her to 25 years in prison. The judge in that case, Judge Hodges, had issued the following remarks. The shooting, I find, was driven more by anger than fear. Lorincz did try to offer an apology to the victims' families and her children for her actions on that fateful day, but the family has said it didn't sound sincere and that it appeared that she was only trying to save herself from harsher punishment.
I so wish I could go back and change things so that she was still here. I would trade my life so that she could be.
AJ was the mother of 4 children, 3 boys and a girl, including the 10-year-old who watched her get shot and dropping to the ground. According to her obituary, AJ was born in Broward County, Florida, in January of the year 1988. She graduated in 2006 from Vanguard High School in Ocala, Florida. She attended College of Central Florida and Hillsborough State College and excelled professionally in the hospitality food industry. She was a loyal and dedicated employee, often working overtime to ensure quality of service. AJ was the epitome of an amazing mother, a devoted Christian, and a loyal friend. She was a protector of all near and dear to her heart, especially her 4 babies. As a single mother, AJ was a good mom to her children. They meant the world to her, whether in attendance to watch the boys play sports or cheering on her daughter in cheerleading. She was very involved in their daily lives. The family has set up a GoFundMe account asking for help in raising AJ's 4 children. The account has set a goal of $1 million, which personally, I'm not sure if that's high enough. Those kids are still very young, and there are 4 of them with a long way to go before reaching adulthood. At this time, the account is about a third of the way in reaching that goal. I myself have contributed anonymously to the GoFundMe account, and hopefully some of you will find it in your heart to do so as well. I will leave a link below in the description for that GoFundMe account. Please remember to subscribe for more of these true crime stories so that you're alerted when the next one appears. You can also follow me on Facebook for updates. There will be a link to my Facebook in the description below. My name is Paco Rivera. Take care and bye for now.